Dear Lord. Sweet baby Jesus. Rings of Power Season 2 just dropped its first 3 episodes on last night. And spoiler alert. I'm gonna let y'all know off top. If you don't want no spoilers, move the hell on. But if you want to hear what I got to say, stay here. Stay right here. Cause I got a lot to say. Listen. I love all of the works of J.R.R. Tolkien. But as I previously stated in the video before, this ain't Tolkien. It's Tolkien, but it ain't Tolkien. You know what I'm talking about? Like they have the rights to names and places and characters and different things, but it's nothing like the books. And I gotta say, the first couple of episodes, it started off a little with a little bit of excitement. You see Sauron get bludgeoned to death. He gets bludgeoned to death like Caesar, like A2 Brute. The Ides of March, like they took Sauron out. They took him out. They took him down. And that's one of my first things that I take umbrage as far as the show goes. Like, it's Sauron. Sauron is there giving a speech. He looks like a regular man, redhead, white guy. You know what I'm saying? I guess the red hair is just what it was. But Mr. Sauron, king of werewolves, king of vampires. That's who he was in the first and second age. Especially in the first age. That was Sauron. He's giving a speech. The orcs don't like what he's saying. And apparently this is supposed to be 1,000 years after the first age. So he's still up here currently giving a speech about Morgoth being gone, which is like their version of Satan. And he's now the rightful leader, and they're going to take over the world, and they're going to enslave mankind, and they're going to rule by fear. And a lot of orcs are going to die, and so what? Because we going to wind up ruling. And the orcs didn't like that. They didn't like that. Neither did Adar, who apparently is one of the first elves that was turned to a dark elf or some type of orc or whatever he's supposed to be. Supposed to be father of the orcs, which is crazy to me. This is just lazy writing to me. Like, and I get it. Like, if you don't know the story, maybe you don't feel that much. You don't have a very strong feeling about it. But when you know the story, it's like a lot of stuff y'all doing, y'all didn't have to do. You didn't have to do. Like, literally, I just said Sauron, Lord of Vampires, Lord of Werewolves. Like, that was Sauron in the first age. His sway over the orcs is not because he has to rally them and he has to use politics and tricks to get them behind him. Like, his power literally controls their mind. Like, he literally has influence. Even without the rings, he has influence over dark creatures of the earth. The only ones he don't are probably like the dragons and the Balrogs, who are more on his level as far as power go. But orcs, he just naturally controls their will. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy to hear him up there having to give a speech to rally them. And then you have Adar, who's supposed to be like this turned elf, dark elf, first orc, whoever's supposed to be, father of the orcs, whoever he's supposed to be. That don't make sense either. The fact that I think my biggest issue with that is that he looks at the orcs like they're his children and he has to protect his children and he feel away for them. The orcs are very, very clan oriented and they follow whoever's the strongest, whoever they are scared of. They have no love for familial ties. Like, they're not loyal because of family. The orcs don't do, like, matter of fact, in the whole Lord of the Rings story, we've never seen the orcs acknowledge who their brother, sister, mother, father is. They don't do that. They don't do that. They fight each other all the time. They'll just as soon as kill one another as they'll kill you. That's the orcs. So just to have them follow Adar because father, it's retarded. It's retarded. Listen, if it ain't Morgoth, if it ain't Sauron, or if it ain't a Balrog or Drake, orcs just don't do that. I don't get that, but we see that in this story. They take my boy Sauron out. They just don't know that Sauron, as a spirit, is just gonna reform in another body. And then we find out that the black ooze that apparently has been killing the plant life and making the world wither away so the elves can't live there anymore actually comes from Sauron. It's actually Sauron's power and influence over the planet, which is crazy that he couldn't control them god doggone orcs. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. It's like, where are you going with this story? I don't even want to go back to season 1 where they literally created Mordor which took like 700-800 years in the book in like a day just by releasing some type of waterfall. Speaking of waterfalls, we see Elrond. You know what I'm saying? Elrond, who looks like Doogie Howser. I'm confused about a lot. The show, honestly, it wasn't that bad. It kind of drags a little bit, but it's not really that bad. Like, it kind of kept me interested. I was a little sleepy, but not too sleepy, but I understand the first couple of episodes. But Elrond is at least over 1,000 years old. He still has a teenager body. He doesn't look like the warrior that he is in the Second Age, or the way the Silmarillion writes him at all. He looks like a little effeminate man with a little effeminate haircut, just real androgynous. Like, the elves confuse me a lot, because the elves are supposed to be fair and beautiful. They're supposed to look like the way the Europeans drew the angels in the Middle Ages. Not saying they were literally angels or the Europeans knew exactly what angels look like, but the way they depicted angels. And most of these elves are not cute. Not saying that I'm looking at men to find them attractive. I'm just saying these are not beautiful people. These look like regular people that have elf costumes. The ears don't even look right. They got Vulcan ears. They look like Vulcans. The ears are really flat, fat. They got cauliflower ears. I'll put it like that. They even Galadriel, she's not a pretty woman to me. She's not ugly, but she's not a beautiful woman to me. Like, I just don't get that. Even Gil Galahad, the High King, he's supposed to be this super powerful, wise dude, and they kind of make him look like he just, I don't know, man. They did some stuff that I just don't agree with. But episode 1 and 2, it dragged a little bit. We don't see none of the Númenóreans. Matter of fact, we don't see Isildur till like episode 3. I want to say we go to Númenor finally. Maybe end of episode 2 or something like that, and you see what's going on there with that. But the things that are going on in the land that's very confusing to me. Even when we go to Celebrimbor, he's still creating things, and Celebrimbor descends from a line of great warriors and great forgers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they create things like Fëanor, the Silmarils, everything the First Age was about was because of Celebrimbor's ancestors, and now he's like this bumbling fool who can't invent nothing without Sauron, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But you know, there's a lot of antagonistic moments in this episode as far as Galadriel and Gil Galahad and Elrond trying to convince them that the rings can bring no good in the long run. They don't know what they'll do. They should get rid of them. They're trying their best to chase Elrond down, who finds Círdan, the shipwright, who I love. Now, for no particular reason, I just like the name. He got a dope title, Círdan, the shipwright. I've always loved when I heard about Círdan. You know, he even's the guy that gives Gandalf his ring. But why does Círdan look like a crusty old man? I get it, he's the oldest guy on the show, but like, the elves are immortal. That's the one thing that confuses me. Why do Galadriel look like she's about 25, 26? But Celebrimbor, who's actually younger than Galadriel, looks old. Looks like a middle-aged man in his 50s. And even though Círdan is the oldest, like, why does he look like an old man with a beard? I've never seen the elves with a beard. I just don't know if they do the beard thing. I just don't know, but he's rugged. You know, he has a rugged look. The elves are supposed to be fair and beautiful. They're not supposed to look rugged like regular men. Like, these people are like the people that should be from Rohan. That's how they look. They don't even look like Númenórean standards. They look like the people that should be from Rohan. I don't know. Those are some of my complaints, but all in all, I can say the show is not dragging that much, but it's definitely dragging. We see supposed to be Gandalf go to the east. I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know why exactly he's going to the east, but he's going there, and people are still hunting him and the Harfoots. They go to Khazad-dûm, and you see the dwarves are facing catastrophe. There's things going on because apparently the Balrog is waking up. But the three rings have now been put on, and their powers are showing. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen from here. They showed a preview of what's to come in the season. It looked like a lot of dope battle scenes and other stuff is gonna happen. I can't wait for that because that actually looks good. But yeah, this ain't really Tolkien, man. This is like the DCEU of the Middle Earth universe right here. We are seeing what the Justice League look like compared to Marvel and Avengers Jr.